Now y'all know I'm saying that for a reason. Now, just definitely not sitting up here talking. Which that is true. And when I was there, my son was pretending to have all of that arranged. We got group after group, all the people of that age. Now those are the same people we was going after when we came home. Remember the 1986 package, Message to Young Bloods, tapes on organization. So we've always been after that crew. They were our children's age, you know. So therefore, that's always who we've been about. So, I called Oakland yesterday, because now I haven't said that, now I want to see what's happening. And the reason I'm here, I'm calling the probation department, public defense, I'm doing all that stuff. And they all full of game. This is the first time it ever took, I've been to the court clerk's office maybe 5 times, and I have never heard where a transcript takes you from, if I was cleared or won the case on April the 19th, and this is September, so there's May, June, July, August, September, 5 months, I never heard of that. Cases I got before, if I was going from one court to superior court, you know, you get preliminary hearing, you get bound over. You have all this stuff in a month. Not even that, you know. All of the discovery from the lawyers, from the court. The government gave all, I don't know if y'all remember when I was leaving before, I said that I had one of those mail crates, and I had 3 sets. Does anybody remember that? Had 3 sets of specific paperwork to go out there. What is that goal? That's in November last year. To go to 3 sets of attorneys, right? And I have the paperwork for each one to overlook it and discuss it. Okay. When they came at gunpoint and arrested me in the Masjid, they gave that whole crate and everything else I had to Mukhtar. And I'm telling them this is all on the discovery. That's why I said I want my discovery. And I'm going to file papers to get my real discovery. I'm not holding up on discovery that I have to have. I got enough information from a long time ago to do whatever I want to do. But one thing about this, we're in charge of the timeline. We will not be shaped and herded. We will not be shaped and herded. Now, when I called Oakland yesterday, a day before, I called for a reason, because I'm getting ready to go in a day or so, or no longer than 3 days. I mean, with Allah's help, I'm definitely going, because I don't have nothing to do here. Everything I have to do according to the schedule is there. I don't have nothing to do here. Well, I mean, I clean up and cut grass, stuff like that. But my mission now is there. The mission is the Masjid. The mission is my personal home, to clean it out totally. Bring them big dumpsters and load it up now. My son and sons have a behavior pattern. Okay, now, let's kind of look at how things are. This is my dear son. He's blasted 6 times. Then he shot the dogs and let Mukhtar walk. Right? He done filed paperwork, and they had to go to court because they're living in our building. We got the school, and we got an apartment in the back of the top. Mukhtar calls the police and said and it's on paperwork, there's drug dealers and they got guns up there. So Mukhtar has the police come and he opens the door for him. So he's acting as though he has authority to do that. He don't have no authority to do that. He don't have no authority to do that. You don't have no authority at Masjid al-Islam at all. None. And all those phony paperwork that we voted Imam Musa out, the court laughed at him. Because they thought, look, when I went to Sacramento, and I just happened to check the paperwork, I said, where's my board of directors? I formed an organization, I had a board of directors there. Oh, here's the board of directors. Mukhtar, Khadijah, and somebody else. I said, let me put a new board of directors. I went down there 3 or 4 times. Every time they would go down there and put their names on there. So now they got a piece of paper with a state seal on it that says they are the board of directors. Now they're not. And it's illegal and you can't use that for anything, but the government allows them to use it. That's why we're suing the government. We're not for selling our property. Mukhtar sold it, but he did it under the flag of the government. Drawing guns, doing all that stuff was the government. Okay, now, what about my sons? Both of them, and everybody around. Everybody around in my family, the government had ruined them. Okay, when they was young, they did good. But after 15 years of going back to jail every time, see, they're not going to listen to me. They will tell you, I told them this, you know, when they're in their teens. So the only way you're going to get through this right is that you live just like I do. What teenager is going to get up, pray, fast, run the hills, and not accept no bull crap? If a tender come to them and say, yeah, I got the stuff for you, they're going to say, I'm handsome and I'm smart, because they're young and stupid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. When you're that age, you're easy to set up. So after about 15 years of that, 10 or 15 years of that, and then the government getting them addicted, both of them getting them addicted. I'm saying the government of the United States got both of my sons addicted to drugs. I'm saying that the people that was coming around them was setting them up all the time. And every time this one got him a nice little ride with rims on it, was up and down the street, that means, and I tell him, I'll see you next week, in jail every time. Every time, all the time. Okay. Now, when they start doing this crazy stuff, the final straw is when the poor fella gets shot 6 times and get cut, and whatever he had, and the police don't check nothing. The police, there's no this, that, and other. Now they've shot the dogs. They've hassled them. They've come with guns at me, openly. So what does that mean? For them, everybody in Oakland, all the brothers, anybody that was kind of friendly to me, wanted to shoot it, wanted to kill them niggas. Absolutely not. Why? I'm the only one that's went through civil rights training. They haven't. They had everybody were here, everybody was coming to class saying the same dumb thing. I wouldn't take that. I said, hell, you don't run nothing. I wouldn't listen to you. Why would I listen to you? Don't do nothing. Guy used to come into class. He was a little immigrant attendant. What's wrong with him? He think I listen to somebody like that? He probably coming just to say that. He sure disappeared. I don't care how he disappeared. He disappeared. That's all I know. And he was here, and then he's gone. There's a pattern of here and gone for 35, no, almost 40 years now. So people are here and gone. What does this do? Pretty soon, the government will scare, they've scared my poor children to death. That we can kill you, we can shoot you, we can do anything we want. And ain't nobody did nothing about it, ain't nobody said nothing. However we arrange it, we can arrange it with anybody. And you're a damn fool, you're gonna go around there, and we done got you hooked, you ain't gonna not use no dope. Of course you don't have no discipline. Right? And I try to help them, but the government, now that's why some people take this different. Like if your so-called grandchildren or something get harmed, if your children get harmed, like Bahia was saying, it's your fault that they all got killed. You know what I mean? If this happens to them. In other words, if you wasn't doing what you was doing, the government wouldn't do this. That's partially right, but you're a damn fool. And if you say that again, you'll get your ass out of here. Get up to Philadelphia somewhere. Because we're about rebellion here. And if you're on the police's side, you stick a badge. When you walk in this house, stick the badge on and it's okay. But you know, what I'm trying to say is, the government breaks down the average human being. This is that we talk about all the time, about Israel. It don't matter who they are, the government has that ability. They don't have that ability with me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just not like that. But here's one thing, just like in that movie that counted, are you a good dad? Yes, I'm a good dad. But one thing about it, if they didn't put their hands on your children, it's not, you're going to pay for it, but I'm going to keep my same attitude. But I'm going to make dua on your behind. Or Allah make a damn fool out of you. Know, the idea is to make you mean. The idea is to make you certain. That's their goal. So we ain't going to do that. Now, it's either true or it's not true. We ask Allah to make a damn fool out of the bad old white man and make a fool out of him. And 2 years later, they have a big yellow or red-headed balloon of a baby with a diaper on and a big diaper pin, and that is the President of the United States of America. Good God Almighty. Ain't nobody else prayed for nothing like that. Okay, so what, they say. It ain't no so what, I'm sorry. The way I take it, is from these doers, like Allah answered the prayer of the doers that we made. Okay, now, they can take it like, our friends and our families don't take it like that. They take it like, they take you to jail. Don't tell them this, to jail, tell them it's jail. It's the greatest thing ever happened. They don't see it like that. So when you're fighting, you have to fight for the people that don't know. All they know is that the government can do anything they want. So I tells my brother, go by my house today. He went by there, and I said, I called my dear son, he didn't answer. And so that means that something's up. So I just want to be prepared for when I get there. I said, I think there's probably some niggas in the house. And I done told him explicitly, no niggas in and around my house, especially in the front. Got a call a few hours ago, there's niggas in the house.
In the front.
In the front. Okay, fine. I ain't gonna get mad about it. I ain't gonna slow down my thing out there. I ain't gonna come back. But they scared my son to death. Both of them cooperates with the government. That don't mean they're snitches. That means they're human beings. They can't take it so much. So I'm a good dad. Psychologically, I'm going to stick my feet in the government's ass for effing with my family. He's effed with all of my family. I'm sticking my foot personally in front of, I'm saying, and you'll know it's coming from me, because I'm going to make the doers that relate to it. So that means I'm putting the cards on the table. Either, look, you can try to get around, we didn't pray to make a fool out of that. That's already done. That's already done. But because of bad behavior, meanness, unnecessary, picking on weaklings, see, that's the way I look at it. They make your family and they make people, they do it to everybody. It's like pimping. How you pimp? You get the girl got a job. That's why the brothers didn't like DC, because all the girls had jobs. You get them to quit a job, then she becomes dependent. Then you got her living good. Then you say, well, in order to stay living like this, you got to do this, that, and other. And before she knows it, she out on the street. The same way the white man, he's just a better pimp than the nigga is. He pimps the people. Okay? Well, he made a mistake this time. Homeboy, U.S. government, all of my dear friends in Oakland, all of y'all have made a bad mistake. Here's your mistake. You put your confidence, you sit there and looked at me like the government was going to win. I don't care whether you're a big preacher, y'all know who I'm talking about. Nobody came to no response, and all of y'all looked at me all the time like I'm a goner. Because the government, and all y'all knew what was going on, and here it is 5 years later, and ain't nothing happened. Ain't nothing happened at all for us to harm us. Now, I want to say again so you know, this is one thing. This is one thing. But all of this is another. What does this mean to the white man? What does this mean to that cracker? Y'all don't actually, you technically don't know what it means. I'm saying that the African American community in Oakland do not understand what this means. This is probably 25, 30 years, this is probably 30 years old. This one. Representative of the Islamic movement in Pakistan, Sudan, Palestine, and here's the Negro representing the United States of America. On the front page, that's what it says. Okay, what do the white man think about that? We're all here. What does he think about it? What does he think about that? You ever heard of COINTEL program? Right? To make sure no nigga not supposed the cracker got everybody on it, like they said. You notice Black Lives Matter, it jumps up a minute and it's quiet. Why? Because they infiltrate that boy. We got black leaders. Has anything black happened? Nothing. Why? We have BSUs on the campus. What happens? We got churches. They gotta have somebody direct to traffic at these churches on Sunday. There's so many people there. What is happening? Okay, who's in tune? And in time, suppose here's the Negro with the supreme leader. Big smile, they all grinning. You don't see everybody, but you see some. Some of you see back there, they saying, "Oh, this our homeboy." Da 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 da. And ain't nobody in America ever even. They can't even get in a room with him or in the area. And here's the Negro, 100% Negro, all Negro characteristics. Just a grin and a laugh and all, yeah, everything's fine, right? What do you think they think about that? Think about the foolishness they put on TV and the news. What do you think they think about that? A picture's worth 1,000 words. Not as our home, they homeboy. Now, we told these boys, you got to straighten up your business. Of course, they didn't. You can tell this is a time they're supposed to let you know by now whether you're coming up to New York to meet the president in late September, usually the 26th. Ain't heard nothing yet, didn't hear nothing last year, because year before last, I just stopped, they were, I says, hold it. The Negro over there at the Masjid, whatever they are over there, he was there. All the leaders here was around here, from Adams, the Bangladeshi vice president, they was there. And the niggas stand up with the president and everybody there and said, we ain't putting up with no more of this. This is what's happening, da-da-da-da-da. And ain't nobody said nothing but that's right. That's right. What do you think they think about that? You don't know that every the person in there has a tattletale? And when the foreign minister walks in, everybody's sitting around there, so everybody can't wait to get a picture and hi, I'm Johnny, I'm Abdul. And the foreign minister comes over, walks around the table, da-da-da-da-da, and running and hiding, going on, man, rolling like a big dog, da-da-da-da-da. And everybody, oh, it's that nigga. Well, they all know, they all are friends. Because you know how people are, everybody want to be seen next to royalty or importance. And it's the Negro. The only one that, hey, is the Negro. But then our special friend, y'all saw the pictures I got on my phone. And he's actually a homeboy, a friend. What do they think about that? Okay, we already know what they think about it. Go and tell program. But even more, what about now? What do they think about now? So that means they're going to put into position literally everything they can to stop, to divert, or to mess up anything that they can. Okay, now to everybody else, they're not going to understand the tactics, they're not going to understand the strategy because they've never done it before. They don't realize that we've read every book in the library, we've visited every revolution, we was a part of decolonization, that half of the founding fathers, you know, the old guys, Kenneth Coulter and all of them, and Africa, the original presidents and all that,